Apparently, this is what we don't want in Marvel Rivals. Guys, it's just a silly little dinosaur, right? I've seen a lot of people not happy about Devil Dinosaur coming to the game, and to be honest, I'm a little bummed out Cyclops isn't coming first, but I'm also excited to see how Devil Dinosaur fits into the game. I'm not much of a tank player, but I'm going to give the dinosaur a try. The showcase looked crazy for him, but I'm not going to overreact to it. I've come to the conclusion on how OP he is once he's playable. What I have come to the conclusion is lesser known characters will always get mixed reactions to their arrival, which is fine. It's okay, people have their own opinions, but I kind of don't like the discourse around this particular character. This one felt noticeably more negative than with Elsa, White Fox, and Angela. And I know why, it's not that big of a shocker. It's because Devil Dinosaur is coming out before the most requested character to join the roster since release, Cyclops. To me though, that isn't a good reason why people are so negative about Devil Dinosaur. The character looks cool. I know Moon Girl isn't with him, I know there's a lot of, things behind that, but the dinosaur is coming and that dinosaur looks fun, so let's try to be a little bit happy about that. And if you're not happy about it, I don't know what to say. I'm not trying to force you to think a certain way. I just think that it's cool we're getting characters that I've never heard of before in this game alongside characters I've known my entire life. I just feel like being so negative about who's coming to the game is one of the last things we should be negative on. Almost all the hype coming from this game is the Marvel characters that are in it. When we shit on lesser known characters, it's kind of dangerous. One, I think shitting on lesser known characters is a form of elitism. Only one of the best in the game and not giving the little guys a chance is what I would consider elitism. Two, if they add majority of Marvel's popular characters in the game back to back, because remember, they release characters monthly. Let's say Cyclops onward, we get nothing but the most popular characters in Marvel for 2 years straight. So that's 24 characters, right? What do you think is going to happen when they start adding in characters like Elektra, Cannonball, and Bullseye? People are going to be like, who the fuck are these guys, right? So you don't want to dry up that well too fast. We kind of need the lesser known guys to be in the game to sustain a healthy cycle of hype for the more popular characters. And three, what else is there to be hyped about in Rivals? Be honest, is it the unrefined rank system, the lack of maps we have, the game modes, the terribly unbalanced roster? The reason we play this game is because it's a free-to-play hero shooter with the Marvel characters. Some people play this game and don't give a fuck about Marvel characters and just want to play a competitive 6v6 hero shooter with a whole cast of characters to learn and to master. Some people play for the Marvel characters, and some people play because of both. The more they add from the wide variety of characters, the more opportunities we have to get fun, interesting kits in the game. If your favorite character hasn't been added to the game, you have the right to voice your opinion on wanting them to join the cast. But to then turn around and shit on the ones who are coming, that doesn't sit too right with me. Now, if your concerns are we constantly get niche characters consistently for multiple seasons straight, that's a different conversation with what I believe would be a valid talking point. Why did I talk out like that? What the fuck? With what I believe would have valid talking points. Having that happen to the game would most definitely destroy it. Imagine if we started off this year getting White Fox, Angela, Elsa, and Devil Dinosaur for the first 4 months. Then that would be a problem. Because what the hell is that lineup for the first 4 characters in year 2? But the thing is, we haven't had that issue at all. Every time a niche character or unknown character shows up, they are accompanied with a well-known character or a popular character. The closest we ever got to 2 unknown characters being added in the same season was White Fox and Black Cat, but the gap is still wide between the two because Black Cat shows up in a lot of Spider-Man TV shows and games, whereas White Fox is almost an exclusive comic book character, and we know people nowadays don't like to read. They like watching MCU slop. So this isn't an issue to be concerned about. It is yet to be present within new arrivals. Let's talk about this tweet though, because this individual makes a very valid point outside of attaching it to Devil Dinosaur's release. We don't have a lot of villains in this game. It's dying to have Green Goblin as a flyer, or Sandman as a tank, or Doc Ock as a tank. You can even make Green Goblin as a support. That would be cool, because right now as it stands we have less than 10. There's about to be 50 characters in this roster and we only have Loki, Magneto, Ultron, and that's about it. And Magneto isn't really even a villain in this game. This is one of the Magnetos where it's just like he's like, you know, cooled off on the whole hating all humans. He just wants to chill on Krakoa and stuff, right? That is one thing I think we as a community should genuinely complain about when it comes to new arrivals. Our Marvel superheroes aren't heroes without the big bad villains that come with them. So why aren't they in the game? Add them to the game. We can have Daredevil villains. We can have Spider-Man villains. We can have Winter Soldier villains. We can have Hulk villains. There's so many villains to add to the game, yet the last one we got was like Ultron. Really think about it for a second. Who is the last villain they added to the game? You gonna say Deadpool? He's not really a villain, he's a mercenary. He'll work for whoever pays him the most, and if the good guys pay him the most, he'll work for them. You say Black Cat, I mean, sure, she's kind of a villain. She's more of like an anti-hero. Like, she just steals from people. Same thing with Gambit. Like, Gambit's not a villain either. Like, they're not the big bad guys. They're not Doc Ock. They're not Sandman. They're not MODOK. These aren't bad guys. These are guys who are morally gray, neutral at worst. I don't want there to be a season where King the Conqueror or Red Skull are the villains in the lore. I don't want that. There's so much more you can do with them as playable characters, because remember, these aren't all 616 characters. Look at Daredevil. The Matt Murdock we know does not be doing all the shit he be doing in this game. So if you need to scale them down or lower their power level, you can. Get creative. You can do whatever you want with these characters. Let's go over some things real quick before I wrap this up. If there's one thing I would like for us as a community, it's to be excited about when new characters come to the game. If NetEase starts being weird and consistently adds lesser known characters back to back to back without adding them with popular characters, then we'll have a real problem, because why are we doing stuff like that? They haven't given us any indication they will anytime soon, so we're safe for now. You being upset your favorite character hasn't made it to the game yet is valid, but I think that it would do us some good if we didn't turn those feelings into negativity towards characters who are actually making it to the game. We got enough toxicity in this community as is. We don't need any more. Also, don't leave it all up to the devs as well. Maybe we can influence them ourselves to add some things into the game if we come together enough. The best way to push whatever we want for this game is to organize instead of screaming at each other or screaming into the void. Because if we leave it all up to the devs, this game might actually just implode on itself, alright? So for all of you that made it this far into the video, you already know the drill. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.